On, guys, excuse my absence. Work schedules hasn't really let me do any of my betting this whole week. Really, this whole week, I haven't even been able to place my bets in. I haven't even been able to place the right bets. So even if I did have a little bit of confidence in some cards, I just don't want to give you guys unconfident picks. I did make a couple picks earlier in the week, and I just was not impressed by it, and I was not really happy with it. So I'm just excuse my absence, but I'm a little bit more happy that I didn't really lose you guys any money this week. It has been a tough week, but we're going to kick the week off right. It's Sunday, money making Sunday. Let's kick it off with the Carolina Hurricanes and the Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo Sabres, this game, I think they lose. I think what's supposed to happen in this game is going to happen. Buffalo Sabres are pretty inconsistent. I think they stay competitive against some teams, and I think they lose against the teams they're supposed to lose to. And I think Hurricanes is that team. I do think the Hurricanes cover this puck line. That's what I'm going to go with in this first game. The total, we do have it at 6.5, quite possibly indicating that this is going to be a higher scoring game. So we need goals, and we need more goals from Carolina. I'm going to go with Carolina to cover this puck line for plus 130. I was looking at the plus 1.5 bagging the Buffalo Sabres. I just don't think so. But Carolina, just be aware, guys, that Carolina has not covered a puck line in a couple games now. Right around 3 or 4 games, they haven't covered that minus 1.5. So if that puts you off and you'd rather just not play it, I say just don't bet it. So you either go minus 1.5 or you just stay away from this game. Either one. But I'm gonna lay it. I'm gonna lay it with Carolina. I think they can get it done. Game of the day, we got Minnesota heading over to Winnipeg. Right now, guys, I'm telling you, Minnesota has stacked a couple wins back to back to back. So they are in a good roll right now. So I'm a little bit surprised to see them at plus 117. Winnipeg is coming off of a loss against the Hurricanes. But, hey, it is the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are a tough team. So I'm no surprise there. But Minnesota's record on the road so far this season has been right around 3-5, 4-5, something along that line is what this Minnesota team's record is. And I just don't think the win streak keeps going. I know that's not a way to cap games, but it's the truth. It's just, how long is a win streak really going to keep going? And I haven't even been I haven't been on or against this Minnesota Wild team. So to me, that gives me a little bit more confidence. Winnipeg has a solid record at home, being that they're 6-3 so far this season. So they do got a pretty good season, a pretty good record at home so far. They do win games at home. It's very rare when Winnipeg is, turns on the goal scoring. They're just not a team that covers that puck line too often. More often than not, I'm not gonna lay a puck line with Winnipeg. I think the best way to go here is, well, there's no wrong way to go, guys. You can take your shot on whatever. You guys know I'm never gonna tell you guys that something is a horrible pick. Anything can be a horrible bet, but if it wins, it wins. But for me, in this one, I'm going to go with Winnipeg at minus 138. I think if they do win this, you're going to see something a little bit more lower scoring. And even if it is high scoring, they're just barely going to scrape by. They're going to get a one goal type of win. That's just how Winnipeg is. They're more lower scoring games, and when they do win, it's usually not by much. It's usually not by the puck line. It's very rare when they completely just blow teams out of the water. And I don't think they're going to blow out a Minnesota team that's just been stacking wins. I think Minnesota's going to keep it tough. Minnesota's going to keep it close. And at the end of it, I think Winnipeg comes out with the win. So we're going to go ahead with Winnipeg Jets for minus 138. I think they win something like 3-2, 2-1, something along that line. Game on the board, we do have the Seattle Kraken heading over to New York. Seattle, they have now stacked 2 wins back-to-back, going for their third. I don't think they get it, in my humble opinion, but I am concerned because the New York Islanders, for some damn reason, these guys do not like playing at home because their record on the road is impressive, is quite impressive. We're talking 9-4, 9-3, something along that line. And at home, they're about 50-50, which is, that's insane to me. It's kind of like the LA Kings, just a little bit. It's very similar. But that's the only reason it makes it tough, guys. Because the only way I want to go here is Islanders puck line. That's the way I want to go with it. Seattle Kraken got in overtime, or actually both of these teams played in overtime. Only difference is that the Islanders aren't going to travel. The Seattle Kraken is traveling, so who knows? I'm thinking by the possibility of some gassed out legs. Maybe those guys are gassed out a little bit, and that's enough to give the Islanders enough to cover that puck line. That's the only way I really want to go about it, but I am concerned because for some damn reason, these Islanders don't like to play at home as good as they do on the road. When they're on the road, I'm telling you guys, that team is impressive. I actually finally sat and watched an Islanders game. Islanders has just never been a team that caught my attention over the last couple of years, but I finally watched some of their games, and on the road, that offense is impressive, man. They're fun to watch. They are fun to watch, especially I believe they were playing against. I'm not sure if it was the Ottawa or Colorado or something. I was watching some type of game with the Islanders, and they were pretty damn fun team to watch. So hopefully that same Islanders team that I saw shows up. But again, being that the record at home is pretty mediocre, I'm not sure how confident I am in it. But I do think -1.5. Islanders -1.5 is the play here. Seattle coming in, travel spot. Both of these teams played in overtime. But Seattle Kraken got a win. I don't know if they're going to stack a third win. Meanwhile, the Islanders, they just lost to St. Louis. And they're an even bigger favorite against the Seattle Kraken than they were against St. Louis. So maybe that's telling a little bit, but we're just going to have to wait and see. If you guys want to take a shot on Seattle, I don't blame you either. I don't blame you for thinking that they get their third win. I just don't think that happens. Islanders, puck line for me. Up, we got the Colorado Avalanche heading over to Chicago. Guys, the Colorado Avalanche, crazy. Out of their last 5 games, they have won the last 5 games, covered the puck line in all 5 of those games. It was either 4 or 5 games. I managed to catch maybe 2 of those puck line covered matches and be on the right side of it. Now against Chicago kind of sliding down a little bit, but they're not playing bad by any means. Just that one performance against the Buffalo Sabres was just something that was slightly concerning, but for the most part, they've been still beating a lot of people's expectations this season so far. It's definitely one of them. I thought they were going to be a lot worse, but they're playing a lot better. And again, just loving the way Connor Bedard is finally showing up. That's the rookie that Chicago wanted, and dude's popping off. Love to see it. Avalanche, head and shoulders a better team, no doubt about that. But for me, I think the Blackhawks can keep it somewhat competitive, especially in Chicago. So I'm going to take Chicago +1.5. But again, it's just one of those things, guys. How many times is the Avalanche going to keep doing it? But they are one of the more favored teams to win the Stanley Cup since the season started. They were probably, or maybe the second or third favorite to win the Stanley Cup. So this is one of the best teams, one of the toughest teams in the NHL. So I would not blame you if you want to go for another puck line cover. You might get it. But for me, I think Chicago is going to keep things close. I don't think they get completely destroyed. I think they at least keep it close. They play their balls off. Give me Chicago for +1.5, maybe a slight sprinkle on the money line. But I like the +1.5 because I don't even need them to win. I just need them to really keep it competitive and keep it close. So I will take that extra goal in my back pocket to cover, and I think I should be in a good spot with that. Up, we got the Boston Bruins heading over to San Jose. This one's pretty simple for me, guys. I really can't spend too much time in it. Is there a little bit of bias? Yes, 100%, because I'm always going to try and back the California teams as much as I can. I am a California guy, so just leaving that out there that way. Is there bias? Yes, there is. Just to keep it short with you guys. But the Boston Bruins record on the road is only 1-4. They've only won 1 game on the road, and that was in Los Angeles. That was against the LA Kings on Friday. So, yeah, but it's the LA Kings, guys. I already told you guys. I told you guys earlier in this video, the LA Kings do not like to play at home, just like the New York Islanders. For some reason, they just don't show up at home. But they're not the Sharks. The Sharks like to play at home. The Sharks have a pretty decent record at home for being the Sharks. 5 wins, 6 losses. The Sharks. 3 of those losses were overtime losses. So, meaning they do at the very least, they keep games close. And that's what we're going to roll with. I'm going to go with the San Jose Sharks. If you think it's biased and you don't want to tail it, that's fine. Go with the Boston Bruins. Go with the team with the losing road record for minus 133 if you don't want to tail me. That's perfectly fine. We'll see who wins at the end of the night, guys. We'll see who wins at the end of the night. But yeah, give me the Sharks for plus 112. I think they recover, especially from that loss against Ottawa yesterday. So I think they're going to keep it close at the very least. And if you are going to go Boston Bruins, go puck line. Go puck line if you're confident. If not, hey, we'll see who's the winner. Last game to finish off this NHL card for Sunday, guys. We got the Calgary Flames heading over to Vancouver. Calgary just got a win against Dallas in Calgary. The game ended in a shootout. Very good win. Calgary has now stacked 2 wins back-to-back. I don't think they make it 3, to be honest with you guys. Now they got to travel to Vancouver. It's not like it's some crazy across-the-country trip. It's probably a 2-hour flight at most. 4 hours if you count in, airport check-in and all that BS. And then the Canucks, they haven't looked that great, but the one thing that I will say about the Canucks, guys, they haven't really been winning as many games impressively. I think they've dropped 2 back-to-back already, and they stacked a puck line cover maybe 3 games ago. So it's not like the Vancouver Canucks are absolutely dog water, but the one thing I do like, guys, is that they don't have a problem with goal scoring. They continue to score. This team is not getting shut out. They're going to do some damage even if they lose. Even if they lose 6-3, 5-2, something like that, this team is still scoring. And that's what I do like about the Canucks. So even though the Canucks have not looked great, guys, the Canucks have only covered a puck line in Vancouver once this season. Once. I think they do it again here. Just going to come out with it, guys. Just going to come out with it. I think they do it here. It's okay. Remember what I told you guys. Sometimes we got to be a little bit weird in the NHL. So we're going to be a little weird here. And we're going to go with Vancouver on the puck line for plus 175. I don't want that money line. F that. We're not gonna play that. We're gonna go with the puck line. At least I am. If you guys feel a little bit safer with the money line, go for it. Also, being that Vancouver is scoring, is a team that can score, I think it's possible they get us pretty damn close to this 6 goal total. If you guys want an extra bet, because you guys are addicts, you guys are gambling addicts like me, then play the over 6. I think Calgary can find the back of the net just as well, being that they are coming in after having a shootout with Dallas. That game ended 3-2. But I think Vancouver scores more. And I think we see some wacky score like maybe 5-2 or something like that in favor of Vancouver, hopefully. So Vancouver, puck line. Over 6 if you guys want. If not, I get it. Sometimes I don't like totals either. Totals, I just don't like how it makes me watch the game. If I'm watching this game and my bet was over 6 or under 6, the whole time I'm just focused on the score and I just don't enjoy the game as much. But I can pick a side and I'll enjoy the game no matter what, So if you guys really want another bet, go ahead with the over 6. I think Vancouver could arguably get us there themselves, being that Calgary has had a goaltending problem. I don't blame Dallas. Dallas sometimes just doesn't show up in games. So I'm not surprised by anything that Dallas does, especially when they're on the road. So official pick, Vancouver, minus 1.5 for plus 178. We're taking our shots here, guys. We're going to make some money on Sunday. We're going to kick the week off right. I'm going to do my best to stay more consistent with this. I know I've been absent pretty much the whole week. So, that's my fault. I'll do better, guys. I'll do better. Let's kick the week off right.